obviously Pump.fun has sort of democratized it, really eased access and taken that down for some people, but I think it still just like inherently exists. A lot of people don't want to be public about the fact that they launch coins. There's this whole legal side that we won't even touch because I don't really see a point in going deep in that. But what are your thoughts on the stigma behind deving a coin, publicly launching it, and how Pump.fun has evolved that?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things again where in crypto, everything that's really everything that ends up being successful was once really highly stigmatized. The reason people stigmatize coin creation is because it's like you're putting your social capital behind something or it's seen like the way it's seen is that you're trading your social capital for financial capital, right? You're like, I'm backing this and I'm going to dump on you later on. And people find that that juxtaposition is really disturbing for some people. And I obviously understand why. I mean, look, there's people that are creating coins and dumping them like a second later, and there are people that have done the similar things with pre-sales and all that sort of stuff and gotten a lot of money out of it. I think where we're headed, what I mentioned, I'm not urging people to be more transparent when launching coins because it's convenient for me. I'm doing it because this is literally what's successful. You can look at every single coin. You see how they've evolved from the very first meme coin to the very last meme coin that has been successful. They've become more and more transparent as time evolves, and that de-risks people that launch coins. I think there's an opportunity there for people. Like honestly, if I was someone that's on the fence, I would say like if you have an idea, it's kind of like building a business. Why not do it today? Just do it today because soon it's not going to be stigmatized anymore. Everyone is going to be creating coins. It's going to be a new form of creating content. I truly believe that.
So I'm not even entirely trying to ask this question, but for someone like myself, I've never launched a coin. I've been very sort of like careful on what projects or coins or tokens, whatever that I like specifically that I back. But I capture a lot of attention, and this podcast is gonna get a ton of attention. The Andrew Tate's gonna get a ton of attention. I do these spaces. Like I have a lot of the social capital and haven't really cashed any of it in for financial capital. And I think that there's a lot of people that are in a similar bucket as I am.
For sure.
Do you think that this archetype evolves into down the line? You have a token. It's traded based off how much attention you have, and that's just like the way things.
Yeah. So you're kind of like hinting at social tokens. I think it's a really interesting subject. I think social tokens are going to be a thing, but it's definitely not for everyone. I don't think that. There's a reason you haven't launched a Thread Guy token yet, right? You know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't really align with what you want to achieve. However, I do think there's a reason for someone like you to launch a coin that's unrelated to yourself. I really do. There have been some instances of coins out there launched by people that are well known on CT. Not to name any names, but they're actually not. It's not me saying that they're undoxed. I mean, like they're doxed individuals in CT that connected themselves to coins out there, and I feel like this. I feel like this archetype. I mean, I feel like this makes a lot more sense for everyone because if you have one coin, and that is what you're backing, you can't like any attention that you don't drive towards that coin or trying to make that coin successful. It doesn't necessarily like align with everyone's incentives because essentially if you're a celebrity, basically your whole job is to stay relevant and stuff. So does it make sense for them to have social tokens? It kind of makes sense, yeah. But if you're someone that's in crypto and you kind of want to like you want to test different narratives, you want to become involved, and again, obviously there's financial incentives in there. But that's, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because this is why every single person is on CT in the first place.
Yes.
Everyone is here to make money. Why is that such a big thing? Why is that such a...
Why are people afraid to say that?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the only thing that, the nuance to that is that so far, it's been so easy to get away with it in a non-transparent way. But I think we're slowly getting there to where it is expected, and you have the infrastructure to do it in a really transparent way where no one can point fingers and be like, you really fucked me over.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's like the main thing for people that have a lot of social capital in this space. They're just really, they don't want to be in that spot. You know what I mean? But there are many coins out there today already from Pump.fun that are connected to people on CT, and they have publicly said that. Yeah. But so far, they've done it in a good way. They're like, they launched the coin. They're like, these are my intentions. And this is kind of like how I intend to, this is what I'm bringing to the community, and this is how I intend to profit from this, or this is how I intend to gain from this as well. And that's the way to go about it. And I think once this becomes clear to people, it will become less stigmatized. And I think you'll see this unfold. It's already unfolded.
Happening.
It's already happened, and it will continue happening. It's gonna be like a really radical change in how things kind of happen on.
There's a lot of people that are changing the narrative. I think shout out to K Money. I know Mog isn't a Pump.fun coin, but has definitely like very publicly doxed individual that's kind of put his entire
100%.
stack of social capital behind a coin. Has done well. I mean, Billy's a great one. Guys like Basic16Z that have sort of like very publicly put a lot of social capital behind these tokens, and it does well. I think when you Ansem, obviously another one. I think when you see people, like when you're on the fence about it, and then you see these like very respected individuals do it and it go well, it sort of crushes that barrier down a little bit, which is interesting.
For sure, it's happening, and
it's happening fast.
It sounds like I'm trying to sell you something. Like if you're on the fence, like launch your coin, but like truly, soon it's not gonna be that special anymore to launch a coin. Like everyone's gonna be doing it, and it's already been happening. Like now there's like so many coins out there, but it's gonna go hyperbolic.
All right, let's get the counter. I'm sure you've heard this or read this narrative quite